Richard Crenian pulls back the curtain and reveals how teams really get things done at his company, Redev. Welcome to the Richard Crenian Interviews. So everyone knows that being accurate in your professional life is important. So how do we develop accuracy as something that becomes a natural part of our working habits?
I think what you have to do to improve accuracy is, number one, to accept responsibility. By accepting responsibility, you'll ensure that documentation is done on an accurate basis. So in other words, when there are consequences applied to the things that you do, and negative consequences when you do things inaccurately, and you've taken ownership of those items, it becomes incumbent on you at that moment in time to ensure that you are as accurate as you can be, because you know there's a consequence, and that consequence then belongs to you. Yeah.
So can you recommend some particular techniques that help you to be more accurate in your work?
Well, this is always interesting. I read somewhere that when you're writing something down, to read, after you're done, to read it backwards. And then you can check, because we have spell check on a computer today. But what it doesn't do for us is it doesn't give us the proper wording or articulation that you may need to put into that document. Your figures should be checked, and your figures go from right to left. You read from the bottom to the top, and that ensures somewhat, you trick your brain. And what you have to do for accuracy is trick your brain. But only that, it's not has to do with writing. It doesn't have to do with reading. It has to do that when you're garnering information from people, make sure that the source is reliable. Make sure that source is trustworthy. And make sure that when you're quoting that source, it's accurate. So that when you're talking to people, it's very important that you deliver those accurate goods. So, very important. You need to find trustworthy sources.